Do not treat the Bhagavad Gita as a book to be kept in the puja room and wrapped in a red cloth. Read it if you are depressed. Gita is your counselor. If you are confused, Gita will become your mentor. If you are a leader, Gita is your moral compass. When the thinkers and devotees from the different countries sit together in this dharmic atmosphere, they embody the ancient Indian vision of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is the heart of Bharat's global outreach today. This is not a mere religious contribution, this is a civilizational contribution by Puttige Math. For centuries, it is this very civilizational strength that has guided and protected our nation. This Karma Bhumi has endured invasions, turmoil, and countless challenges, not because of weapons or wealth, but because of our scriptures, our traditions, our saints, and our sacred institutions that kept dharma alive and unbroken. Our sages encapsulated that strength in these words, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. That principle that when we protect dharma, dharma will protect us. The eternal law is the very heart of the Gita, the guiding force of our civilization and the moral spirit that inspired the makers of the Constitution. That's the reason Bhagavad Gita cannot be seen as a mere scripture. It is the living pulse of our civilization. It has given courage to warriors, clarity to leaders, comfort to the distressed, and wisdom to the generations. Just a couple of days back, this timeless wisdom echoed once again on the world stage when our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji presented a Russian translation of the Bhagavad Gita to the President Putin at this crucial moment in global affairs, right in the middle of ongoing war with Ukraine. That gesture reminds the world that India's greatest export is not weapons or wealth, but wisdom. Climate change, conflicts, terrorism, family breakdowns, social divisions. These crises reflect not a shortage of resources, but a shortage of clarity. That is why Gita is more relevant today than ever before. And I'm honored to receive the blessings of Sri Sugnendra Tirtha Swamiji for his divine blessings. And Sri Swamiji recently conferred the title Bharata Bhagya Vidata upon our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. This honor reflects the Swamiji's recognition of the Prime Minister's sustained commitment to strengthening India's cultural foundations and upholding the values that define our civilizational journey. And one more thing about, if you look at Lord Krishna, what we learn is about Gorakshana. Protecting the cow or Goraksha is not just about emotions or farming. It is a core principle of dharma and a key part of Bharatiya tradition. I myself, around almost close to 20 years back, a friend of mine had gifted a cow to me. It came to my farmhouse as a gift. Now today, I have a goshala of around 60 cows. The reason why I'm sharing this is hardly I'd like to share one, but when the cows are getting slaughtered, instead of fighting, there are crores of Hindus out there, crores of people who go to temples every day. We can form societies in our own native villages. As a Panchayati Raj minister, and I hold a portfolio of PR and environment. In PR, we propose something like Gokulalu, where government will give money to build cow sheds, and people can avail that. And there are community goshalas, and we are trying to do that. So if entire Hindu community in this country, instead of making a ruckus, instead of doing everything, if each and every community protect their cows or gomatas in their own area, I think we don't have to get fear about it. We are part of upholding dharma. Even Lord Krishna as Govindudu emphasized caring for cows. So we go to Lord Krishna temple, we take prasad and we leave it there. We don't really actually bring back home. If everyone could, at least one family could adopt a cow, a gomata, I don't think we have to go through all this kind of turbulence. Instead of being helpless, and I myself, can you imagine, started with one cow. Today I have a goshala of 60 cows. There are enough money that people spend money on cinema film tickets. We go to club. People go to clubs. People go to luxuries. They spend on marriages. How come being Hindus, instead of before blaming other religion, why we as Hindus, why don't we protect our Gomatas? Why don't we, each of us, take the initiative? I think all of us should think. Because I have 60 cows, Gosha, that's why I'm sharing this. It is possible. So today, cow slaughter continues in certain regions, threatening both our ethical and economic foundations. By supporting cow protection initiatives, from community efforts to activities led by traditional mutts, we safeguard not only the cow, but the very principles that sustain a righteous civilization. And before, one message I would like to give, and I would like to finish my speech. And Gen Z, especially the new generation and millennials and the young professionals of this digital age, live in a constant Kurukshetra, a battlefield of information overload, career pressure, identity confusion, a loneliness and hyper-connected lives, and the fear of failure in a competitive world. For them, Gita is not old philosophy. It is a guide to mental strength and a manual for emotional resilience. When Gita says, Karmanye vadikaraste, focus on your action, not the outcome. Action is only in our hands, never the outcome. And truly, with 15 years or 20 years I struggled, even as an actor I struggled, even as a political leader I struggled. I never thought I would reach this, I would get this. I said that my duty is to do. Rest, what would be given as a gift would be from the karma is that the outcome is about God will give. Whether if he doesn't give, that's okay. I'm fine. This is as a human being, as a true, instead of reciting slokas, even a bit part, an ounce of practice is more essential of Gita than reciting the entire Gita and by hearting those lines. Mere by hearting the verses is not enough. It is a message to Gen Z needs more than ever in an age ruled by marks, metrics, likes, and comparison. And Gita leaves a message to the youth of Bharat. Stand up for your culture, stand up for your dharma. When you're upholding of your own dharma, you are not antagonizing any religion. You are only supporting your religion, your dharma. That's what I believe in. When I say I'm a true Sanatani, when I say I believe in my dharma, that does not mean I'm hating other religions. My dharma never taught me to hate Islam. My dharma never taught me to hate Christianity. My dharma never taught to hate any other religion. That's the reason why we have all the more reasons to stand up and to stand up for your own culture and to stand up for your own dharma. This is Lakshakanta, 1 lakh voices chanting together. This is a shield of our nation. I urge every youth to take a vow today. This will be a guardian of this civilization. That you will read the Gita, not just to memorize verses, but to gain the strength to fight adharma in our lives. Protect dharma and dharma will protect you. Dharmo rakshite rakshitaha. Dharma is not for the weak and the meek. For dharma, you have to have tons of courage. You have to have a great resilience. That's why reciting Gita every day, that empowers you, that strengthens you. It ensures the wisdom of the Gita is not locked in a tradition, but made available to the mind, shaping the future of Bharat and the world. That's what Gitotsava is, the essence of Gitotsava today. As we now move to conclude the sacred month-long celebration, we are not ending a ritual, we are renewing our commitment to dharma. May Lord Sri Krishna give us the courage of Arjuna, the clarity of Krishna, and the compassion of dharma. Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Hind.